okay, working in the real estate sector, all right,
Right.
you will have employees, right? Now,
Yes.
those employees will pay taxes. Some of them
Yes.
will be
Yes.
contractual employees, some of them will be full-time employees. So actually, if the
Correct.
tax rates goes down, it makes your life easier because then those guys are earning
They
more
earn more. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
no cost to company to you. So what
Right.
is the expectation are you seeing amongst the people whom you are paying salaries to? Do they feel irritated that listen, I am an honest taxpayer, and what the heck? Where's my share of the pie?
Exactly. With the inflation going so much, tax going to around 35-40% at the end of it, then indirect taxes being so much with GST, trust me, nothing is left at the end of it. My employees are not left, I mean, hand to mouth, right? Of course, a lot of them. And then, of course, we support them with incentives, bonuses, those things. But that'll help a lot to the middle
Yeah,
class
but you
people,
pay tax
yes.
on all of those things, So
All of those things,
and
yes.
yes, you should do good tax management, and there's certain allowances and expenditures we should write off. But let me put that question, and I'm asking the straightforward question because let's face it, most of us are interested in that one point, and that's the point when we switch off the budget speech. So let me get Tarun Garg in on that. Tarun, the changes are happening. Okay, the tax brackets are different this year than they were last year. They're different from what they were 5 years ago. So the changes are happening. Of the 8 crore people Sharat Kohli mentioned who are now filing tax returns, almost 60-70% don't actually pay any tax. They just file a return and they don't come under tax bracket. But can the government ever have the ability to do something bold, or is it just again incremental, a 0.25% here and a 50,000 rupees here?
So, well, see, this is the best opportunity for this government now. Now that, see, it's like 6 months from the earlier budget that was presented. So, in July, when the full budget was presented, we were saying that, look, the government has not got enough time to prepare, but this is the right time. And then in the last budget speech, the finance minister, Sitharaman ji, she had already kind of called out that, look, there will be a flurry of changes. There will be new income tax act and the rules that will be framed. Definitely, there was a committee that was kind of formed up, and I think about 6,500 suggestions were received regarding how to overhaul the new entire income tax act. So let's see how
No,
the this
but
budget.
Tarun, it's great to talk about it. Okay, but okay, reality check. And Sharat Kohli started with this, so let me give it as upfront and blunt as it can get. Nirmala Sitharaman, as finance minister, is today going to tell you that the government is going to spend about 50 lakh crore rupees over the next 1 year. Okay, within that you will find out that about 20 odd lakh crore rupees of government's income comes from direct taxes. Half of that comes from individual taxpayers. The meaning is corporates. So the individual taxpayer, Tarun Garg, the 2% or less than 2% of the population pays for 1/4 of India's expenditure. Now, surely that's a broken system. Tarun.
No, absolutely. See, this is the best time for the government to make some bold moves, as my co-panelists have already called out. See, there is a big gap between that, say, 50 up to 15 lakh. There is a tax brackets that is there, but then the moment your income exceeds 15 lakhs, there is a straight 30% tax that is triggered. So definitely that there is a reason for widening this gap. And then this GDP rates that were kind of announced, or the growth rate that were kind of announced in the yesterday's economic survey, that is also pointing out there is a dip in that. So it's the best time that
Okay,
put in
so
some
just take that thought, Tarun, before I go to the others, and then I want to have slightly more detailed conversation because we will have a sectoral conversation on drones and in space. But Tarun, why is that? Because it everything looks fine. I mean, the infrastructure spending looks great. I know the markets are a bit down right now, but that's a reasonable correction. The FDI, I know the forex reserves are slightly down, but they peaked in November, like a record high of $700+ billion. Everything looks great. The ports are being built, the airports are being built, the Vande Bharat Expresses are coming out. My neighbor took 6 years to build his house, but the Parliament of India was built in 2 years. Everything looks great. Why is it not showing up in GDP numbers?
See, from a consumption, and see, Indian economy can't be untouched with the global scenario. See, globally, we see all the economies are not doing that well. But given the domestic sort of in India, the domestic scenarios, it is already kind of giving some impetus to the Indian economy, and now is the right time. I think put in some more money in the hands of the middle class individuals, thereby increase their spendings, and hence it will also boost in the supply because there is a clear fillip that will be given to the economy by virtue of
Okay.
putting in money.
Okay. Sharad Kohli. Sharad Kohli,